Come in.
Jamie?
Yes.
Hi. Hi. Kelly Tetzlaff and NetSuite. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. You mind if I take a seat and some of my things down?
Sure. Grab a seat.
All right. Great. Before we begin, I want to hand you my business card just in case you have any questions following the meeting. Do you have one for me as well?
Yeah. Let me grab one. I'm glad you're here. We need to stop making decisions by the seats of our pants around here.
I understand. Thank you so much. And you know, I loved meeting with T. He is a great guy, and he actually said a lot of great things about you.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah, he said that you're like his mentor, so that's pretty awesome.
Well, that's nice to hear.
Yeah, great.
Let T get on board.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, you know, I want to thank you again for taking the time to meet with me today. I know that your secretary said you have about 20 minutes. Does that still hold?
Yeah, 15 to 20 minutes should be good.
All right, great. Well, just to be mindful of your time, I did take the liberty of sending the agenda. You know, first, I just want to learn a little bit more about you. And then I want to review what I talked about with T and see if your concerns and his concerns align, okay?
Okay.
And then from there, I want to see if NetSuite can be an asset to Sinaloa and you.
Okay, great.
All right, great. Now, if you like what you hear today, what's the decision-making process look like for something like this?
Well, I would have to take this kind of up the line. So
Okay.
I can't make a decision on the CRM system, but I can talk to my folks at Dallas at corporate, but my cousin Miguel is the COO. So
Oh, perfect.
I have his ear pretty well. So,
That's good to hear.
and he's in charge of all the revenue streams that come through the company, so
Okay.
he would be someone.
Okay, great. So then if we like what we hear today, can we set up a meeting with Miguel then?
Possibly, I'll have to talk to him about it.
Okay. Not a problem. Great. Well, then just to get things started, I do want to give you a quick overview of what NetSuite is.
Okay.
NetSuite is a cloud-based customer management relationship system.
Yeah.
Essentially, we provide a tracking system from that first sales lead all the way through the cash process and forecasting in the front office, and then from invoicing and payment in the back office.
Okay.
We tailor our platforms to meet your company's personal and unique needs, and that's why I'm here today.
All right.
Great. And so when I did talk to T, he did mention 3 big things that really stood out to him about NetSuite. He mentioned that it would be really great if he could view his salespeople's pipeline so that he is constantly getting hot leads rather than cold leads. He mentioned the process that you're currently using with the telephone through Dallas to Florida is a little bit mixed up and disorganized. Would you agree with something like that?
Yeah, I mean, for him, probably, we have a lot of the same issues with just
Okay.
being able to track salespeople's activities.
Okay. What kind of issues with that are you seeing?
Just, there's no system in place.
Okay.
It is a lot of being on the phone,
Okay.
emails, yeah.
That must be frustrating. It seems like a lot of time is being taken up by just trying to get in touch with everybody.
Yeah, we share that same issue.
Okay. And then he also mentioned being able to see prospects' potential so that he can accurately forecast was a big one. Do you have the same concern with that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. And then lastly, being able to see each lead and the sales process in his sales rep's pipeline was really big for him too. How are you currently doing that?
Manually.
Manually? Okay. That must be a lot of work then.
It's a lot of data, a lot of work, and a lot of time.
Oh, wow. Okay. And so then let's turn to you, especially with time. I know that you're in charge of managing the non-moviegoer revenue. Do you want to relate some of your responsibilities to me?
Yeah, so I'm the regional manager over the West Coast. So
Wonderful.
I'm in charge of the revenue numbers for advertising and event sales.
Okay.
I'm also in charge of growing the West Coast. We've been really successful out here. So I'm also doing things like right now. A project I'm on is looking at where to build our next theater location. So
Oh, that's really exciting.
it's exciting. It's challenging. We don't have the data to really help me put that together. So
Oh, sure.
another reason I'm kind of interested in this.
Okay, well that's great to hear, and I really think that NetSuite can help you. I'd love to show you a little bit more about how we can do that in our presentation a little bit later, if that's okay.
Okay.
All right, great. So then going with some of those questions, how many salespeople do you currently have right now?
I have 2 sales managers, and each manager has 8 salespeople. So we've got 4 salespeople and 2 sales managers, and then I have a marketing team too that helps with leads and is actually working on this theater project.
Okay. That's a lot of people to manage and have control over. That's really great.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right. And so with having to manage those advertising sales and with the disorganization you just talked about, It is frustrating. So, do you think you're losing any kind of business from maybe not getting the leads as hot as they are?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, that must be frustrating as a really rapidly growing company.
Sure. Anytime you're not getting money, you can do this. Not great.
Exactly, and if you had a system in place that allowed you to get those leads right away, especially when they're hot, do you think that could maximize your revenue right now?
Sounds like it, yeah.
Okay, and that could, possibly quicken that entire process of getting that new location for you too.
Yeah, I have a lot of pressure on me to find that location right now.
Okay.
The data that I have is like reams of paper, so it's...
Oh man.
Yeah, there's no good way for me to, find out, the accounting numbers and sort of analyze all that data on what the salesperson, people expense, and where we should be.
Sure, and that you bring up a really great point. So when I talk to team, we really focus in on the front office organization and how we manage the pipeline and the leads. You're bringing up our invoicing and payment, which no other CRM system in the country offers right now, that back office. And so I'm really glad you brought that up because NetSuite does offer that. And again, I can go through how we do that a little bit later for you.
Okay.
Wonderful. So then going from there, with putting together all those reports and trying to figure out all that paper data, how many hours would you say that's taking you and your team?
I probably spend, I'd say 8 to 10 hours a week on that.
8 to 10 hours? Oh my gosh, that's 40 hours a month. That's a whole week of work days.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of time. What do you think you could be doing with all that extra time?
Spending time on sales.
Yeah, definitely.
People. Yeah.
Definitely, and maybe finding that new location right away.
Yep.
All right, great. And so then in terms of managing the pipeline, you said it aligned with T's thought process. Can you elaborate what you're doing exactly with managing your sales reps pipelines?
I get all the information from my sales managers.
Okay.
They have to gather information in different ways, and
Okay.
then they report those things to me, so then I have to put it all together. So.
Okay, is it all through a paper system, or what currently are you using?
It's usually through email.
Okay.
Some of it comes through paper, but usually we combine it all through email and plug it into like Excel.
Oh wow, so you're using a lot of different platforms, is that correct?
Yeah, we've got this old system, Microsoft Access,
Sure.
but it doesn't really summarize or analyze the data.
Oh wow, that must be frustrating, and then you have to go forward and do the math and try to get those reports together as well.
It's a pain.
I bet. So with something like that, NetSuite is really good at focusing in on making sure everything is available at a click of a button, and we centralize it. So that way you're not having to change from the email to the Excel to the Microsoft Access or so on and so forth.
Okay.
But having everything on one platform with just a click of a button help you save that time again?
Yeah, but can my salespeople use it?
Yes.
Okay.
So the great thing about NetSuite is that we have two different platforms really, where you are able to view everybody. So depending on what you need and want to view, you can view your sales managers as well as your sales reps.
Okay.
While as the sales reps may not be able to view the other reps, or depending on what you want, they could, but usually we prefer just the managers to view the sales reps and then their own process. Does that clear up any of those concerns?
Yeah, my concern though is that this system sounds great, pretty in depth, but how long will it take for salespeople to learn it? I can't have my team spending 2 weeks at NetSuite school.
Sure, and I completely understand that time is money, and you can definitely see that with Sinopolis. So usually what I do is we have a team of experts that come in to your company, and we do a basic boot camp where we show them exactly how to use it, especially to fit Sinopolis customizable needs. So we can make it as easy or as difficult as you need, and spend as much time as you need. So
I don't need a lot of time.
perfect. Well, then it
I
won't
don't
take
want a lot of time, I guess is what I could say, yeah.
And it won't take a lot of time for the training. It is very simple to use, and through using NetSuite, you are going to be saving bounds of time. So essentially, it is going to pay off no matter what.
So like less than a week maybe?
Yes, I would definitely say that.
All right.
Okay, does that alleviate all your concern with that?
Sure.
All right, great. So from our conversation today, it seems that your interests and your concerns really align up with T, as well as having those issues in the back office. And so through my presentation, I do want to show you how NetSuite can help you get that organization, help you have those hot leads rather than cold leads, and really centralize everything.
Okay.
All right, great. Then can I present this to you?
Sure.
Wonderful. All right. So NetSuite is the #1 cloud-based management system.
So I just bought all my people iPads.
Oh, great.
So this tells me.
Yep. Hold on. I'll skip right here. So NetSuite, the best thing on NetSuite is that we are accessible anywhere, anytime, on any device. So those iPads are going to come in handy really great with NetSuite.
So they can enter their data.
Enter everything on an iPad. And so that way you're utilizing all the profit and that money that you just spent.
Okay.
Great. And so with it being the #1, we are servicing right now over 30,000 organizations.
Okay.
Yep. So NetSuite really allows you to have that real-time 360-degree look at your current customer. So having that ability to look at each customer and where they are in the process, how do you think that could impact Synopolis?
That'd be great.
Great.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd be able to maximize a little bit more revenue and be able to see how their closing process works?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, great. And with Synopolis, or with NetSuite, we do take you from that sales lead all the way through to that cash process, as well as giving you forecasting.
Okay.
This next diagram is one of my favorites because it shows exactly what NetSuite is compared to all of our competitors. We take you from that first suspect, that lead, and make sure it's hot, all the way straight through to that quote in a seamless fashion where we automate the quote and round to cash and then repurchasing.
Okay.
So right now, what is Synopolis doing to upsell and cross-sell?
Just going in and asking for repeat business and
Okay.
trying to bring in new options.
Okay. Have you ever maybe lost a customer and just forgotten a customer in the system?
I bet, yeah.
Okay. So that could be costing Synopolis a lot of repeat customers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So having a platform that allows you to make sure you're seeing all the purchases and be able to see when a customer should repurchase would be beneficial to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. And again, we are mobile anytime, anywhere.
Okay.
And then the next couple slides are just going to go over some dashboards of a real company that we work with right now.
Okay.
So again, we're taking you from that sales lead through the cash process and the graphs. And we have automated quote systems. So right now, how is Synopolis doing their quoting?
We have a form that we put in and send out to people once they're interested. So
Okay, do the sales reps create this form?
no, it's already created. So
Oh, okay.
they manipulate it with the data.
Okay, great, great. So something that is really great to NetSuite is that all the quotes are accessible by just a click of a button. So no one has to go back to the office, and we make sure that they're accurate for your clients.
Okay.
Wonderful. And this is going back to one of your concerns about monitoring those individuals in that pipeline so that you're able to see each individual sales rep and their growth right here,
Okay.
as well as monitoring pipeline. So being able to see that, do you think that would open up maybe some coaching opportunities for you and your managers?
Sure. And will all this data for everyone pull together so that I can analyze it and
Yeah.
maybe use it to see opportunities for the new theater location?
Yeah, so I'm going to go back to this slide. If you can see this graph right here, it's showing exactly how each customer is going to be going and each rep is their process and what they're doing.
Okay.
And so that's going to show you what they're doing right and be able to maximize their revenue to get you closer to that new location.
Okay.
Okay. And then again, you're able to see any of the account progress and how it works. With that, we love to take that guesswork out of forecasting. So instead of having to compile all that data and go through and waste all that time, we want to make sure that it's accessible by a click of a button. And so without having to spend maybe 4 hours of your time on that, did you see how that would, having it by a click of a button would really help you save time?
Mm-hmm.
All right, great. And then again, going back to maybe losing a customer in the system like we just talked about, this is that repurchasing, which is going to allow you to make sure that you're really upselling those customers. It allows you to have all that contact information for your company, as well as their purchase history, and this is going to allow you to see where your opportunities are.
Pretty cool.
Awesome, great. This is probably my favorite slide of the entire presentation. It is our NetSuite security. At NetSuite, we want to make your security our first priority. We do have 6 layers of security protecting your data, as well as Department of Defense grade end-to-end encryption. So knowing that we take care of you in that way, does that make you feel comforted that NetSuite will be there for you?
Yeah, it seems like it. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. And lastly, just to sum things up again, we take you from that first suspect all the way to that automated accurate quote and then around to that repurchasing, making sure we never leave out another customer.
Okay.
And again, we're mobile, so anytime, anywhere. So knowing all of this, I would love to set up another meeting with you and Miguel, and we can talk about everything and go over.
So before we would meet with Miguel, I would need to run everything by him. So, because he actually doesn't know we've even been talking about this.
Sure.
This is just sort of something that came from the discussions that T and I had.
Sure.
So what I need to do is I need to reach out to Miguel, kind of tell him what I've learned, and I think that this could be exciting. And,
Good.
Since Miguel's my cousin, that's having a very good in.
Good, I'm glad.
So I think the best thing to do would be to have you follow up with me next week.
Okay.
And then I'll know sort of what Miguel's feedback is, and then we can go from there and see if we can get in front of Miguel.
Okay. And then, Jamie, can I ask you a question? Would you recommend NetSuite to Miguel?
It depends on what he has to say.
Sure.
I mean, I would recommend us, seeing what the next step would be as soon as he's ready to go. So,
Good. I'm glad to
but
hear
he's
that.
he's the big dog, so
Yep, I completely understand that.
Yeah.
I have worked with NetSuite for about 5 years now, so I am considered in NetSuite terms an expert in the business.
Okay.
So if I could, I would actually love to be there when you do talk to Miguel in case he has any questions and to better explain what NetSuite is to him.
I totally appreciate your expertise, but I don't think bombarding him with someone would be
Sure.
a good idea before I just talk to him.
Sure, and I
So-
completely understand that. So with that, I would love to leave you a business card of mine and
Yeah.
then some material that you're able to present to him.
Okay, is this you?
Yep.
Have your card?
Yep.
So why don't you do this? Why don't you give me a call back next
Okay.
week? Today's Friday. Call me back on Friday. By that time, we'll have been able to track down Miguel and have the conversation with him, and then
Okay.
I'll let you know what our next step will be from there.
Okay, great. And then is there any way that I can have Miguel's information as well to be ready?
Not yet.
Okay, not a problem.
Okay.
Okay, well, great. So then next week, Friday at 2 o'clock, okay?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
All right, so then I'll be waiting your call.
Call me.
Okay, not
All
a
right.
problem. Well, thank you so much,
Great.
Amy. You have a wonderful day.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Good job. Yeah, you're good.
Thank you. It was nice meeting you, by the way. Did you hear there?